from Bishop Huber College, my co-panelist, Mr. Kumaresan, Mr. Ashok Kumar, and all the friends from IJM and all the participants. Good morning, everyone. I'm really privileged to be part of this panel, which is going to discuss about the emerging trend in the crime against women and children in the context of COVID-19. At the beginning of this COVID-19, wanted to make this as an opportunity to address crime against women in Trichy range. When I say Trichy range consists of 5 districts, mainly a rural, mainly village-based districts: Trichy, Pudukottai, Karur, Ariyalur, and Perambulur. In Trichy, the Trichy city is not included in this range. It is a separate police unit, that is Trichy City Police. So in all these 5 districts, we initiated a project called the Phone Up program. It is a simple program. Basically, as Sharan said, we listed out the victims who had made complaints to the police station, either directly or through online medium. There were 14,372 such petitioners, victims. So we constituted 15 teams headed by inspectors, and they contacted all the 14,000 plus victims one by one, and it took almost a month to complete the process, because we were in a hurry to contact everyone. We didn't want to miss or insufficiently address the problem of the victim. The idea was the way we selected the victims reported in the last 3 years. That is the base, available base we could start. That was the first reason. Secondly, in many cases of domestic violence, there are repeated incidents of violence, and especially we anticipated an escalation of violence when the women, the victims, are confined by the lockdown inside 4 walls of the house. In many cases, in fact, most cases, along with the perpetrator himself or the in-laws. So the escalation of violence during this period was the anticipation, and we wanted to prove that we can reduce the escalation, or in fact reduce the violence by using this opportunity thrown by COVID-19. So all the 14,000 people, victims were contacted. Of course, a standard protocol was followed. The questions to be asked and the questions not to be asked, we did an extensive research by consulting different people working in the field of crime against women, and came out with a questionnaire kind of questions to be asked. And we took all the precautions, like if a call goes unattended, or if a male member of the family attends the call, or if the voice of the victim is shaky while replying in the call, we suspected something, and we send our officers in person, of course, by taking all the precautionary measures against the COVID-19. Then physically they could be contacted, and then we were basically found out from them whether the violence against them is still continuing or not. And it yielded excellent results. I just show the results we got. So there is in fact, when everyone says there is an increase in the domestic violence during the lockdown period, I don't know whether it is because of our initiative or the exact reason. The entire mechanism has to be studied deeply. But the statistics show that there is a reduction of 27% to 50% in some cases of violence against women during the lockdown period. I attribute the reduction for two factors. One is the phono program we conducted. The details of this phono program is shown in this table. Too many data, I can understand that it is very difficult to read, but to make sense out of it, I'll just read out a few figures only. This is the total number of CSR. CSR means the complaints which were treated as petition, 14,372, and there were 619 FAR, the petitions which were registered as complaints, and action was initiated, through court process. So, in all these cases, the victims were contacted either over phone or by visiting them physically. And we identified 226 victims reporting problem again out of 14,372 cases of victims. Only 226 people reported problem. Of course, to bring to validate our initiative, we contacted IJM and we gave them randomly selected phone numbers to be contacted by the team from the IJM. So they also contacted, and with the kind of validation of whatever results we have obtained in this in the response given by the victim. So out of 226 problems reported, all the 226 problems were solved, and the division of the kind of problems addressed are also given here. Like for example, in some cases, the victims wanted just groceries to fight COVID-19, and in some cases they wanted action against the husband and in-laws, and likewise different types of problems were addressed. So in fact, we use a lot of volunteers, women volunteers also in this. 88 women volunteers were also used in this process. The volunteers basically were used to do a follow-up action. Like if somebody wanted grocery or somebody was in need of medical help, we wanted to follow it up with further visits to their houses by the volunteers. So I think this, of course, this was about the data we had for the last 3 years, and whatever calls we received during this period, that was also immediately attended to. Of course, the statistics include both. Statistics include the phone calls we received, the calls received from various commissions, women commissions, and other commissions. Of course, online petitions and petitions received through Kavalan mobile app. So all the calls relating to domestic violence during this COVID-19 period was collected, and it was compared with the last year statistics. So there is a reduction of 27 to 50%. I think I don't know whether there is any other place where such a reduction is noticed. An extensive study is required because rather than giving a blank judgment of the crime against women, whether it is increased or not. We arrived at this figure based on our research on the historical data. So this one thing we did during this COVID-19 period, and according to me, it has yielded excellent results. And when we talk about the emerging trends, Of course, situations like this very rarely, in fact, in our lifetime, I'm not sure whether we are going to face, we should not face, of course, similar situation again. But we use this as an opportunity to address the crime against women, and I think to a fair extent we are successful in doing that. And this has provided a wonderful lesson to us for tackling this problem in future. I attribute this reduction, of course, one is our Phono program, and the mechanism. What I understand, or the mechanism which is involved in the reduction of cases is basically one is the alcohol availability of alcohol during lockdown period. In fact, many women during the Phono program, they said their husbands are not drinking during this lockdown period. That was one reason why the domestic violence was reduced. The other reason, there was an opportunity. There was an opportunity. Of course, it can be otherwise also, but in many cases there were opportunities for the husband and the wife to spend more time additionally in the company of children. So when they spend more time with each other, minor disagreements are sorted out, and there is an opportunity for better understanding of each other's requirements, each other's concerns, and each other's problems, all that. So there is a lot of perception changes has happened during this lockdown period among many couples. That is one of the reasons why the domestic violence in our area at least has come down to a sizable percentage. And another emerging trend I would like to mention here is the opportunity of experimenting with work from home. Unlike in European countries and the USA, the work from home, probably here in India, barring IT industry, in other industries, especially the government sector and even other private corporate sector, work from home option is generally not available for the women. This COVID-19 has uh, thrown an opportunity for many corporates and companies, even government sector, to experiment this work from home option. In fact, in the police department also, for the ministerial staff, that was experimented, and only two-thirds of them turned out for the duty, and one-third were allowed to work from home. And many of them started liking it. So this is another opportunity. We can extend it beyond this Corona lockdown period. Like the whatever experience we have received during this period can be a base from which the work from home option can be further extended. Because this work from home option addresses many issues. Like many women don't go out to work fearing um, security issues. Of course, we take all the efforts to impart a sense of security among the women, but still there is definitely a gap in the perception and the reality. So that is one thing why many women may not venture out to or hesitant to go out and work. The other reason is they find lesser time to take care of families. They go to office and they have to spend time in the office the whole day. So this work from home option has really given us an opportunity to uh, kind of increase the participation of women in the economy at to a higher level. Uh, that will all of us understand that in a way contribute to the economic empowerment of the women. That is very important at this moment. And um, so other many other incidental effects on the women's safety and the women empowerment has also been happening because of COVID-19. But I personally see these few opportunities have come in our way during the lockdown period, and I believe it is important to extend these opportunities to reduce the crime against women and empower them more and more, so that we become more diverse in the economy and more inclusive in terms of gender aspect, so that our economy is really a, participative one, and uh, and the constitutional value of equality is established everywhere. Thank you.